Fine. Good morning, guys. The Critic is in the house. A good, great morning to all who tuned in to the Guyanese Critic Morning Live, the realest thing coming out of Guyana. We're in a beautiful place this morning. We're in a place called Lethem. So this is Lethem and this is Lethem. I want to say compliments of the last administration, but I ain't sure. These roads look new and but I ain't sure when they was done. So the signal is like poo-poo caca. The signal ain't good at all, but we can still give you all a little run around the town. By the way, most of the stores here are Chinese stores. And you know, sometimes you say, you look at it and you want to think in your mind, oh God, the Chinese come and like they take over everything. But if the Chinese didn't come and take over everything, who would have taken it over? How the Chinese could come and take over you think that you have the ability to take over control your turf? I mean, in fact, the Chinese come and take it over is that nobody in there for take care of the things. So this is for those of you who have never come to Lethem, and I can tell you the Linden to Lethem trail is magnificent. From what people know of the trail, a car could drive and come, and I want to advise everybody for come running with a little car and all them things there, but if you got 4x4, jump in with your family and come and spend a weekend. So we got hotels up here. Hotels vary from about $8,000 to $12,000 a night. We stayed in an AC room for $8,000 a night. Nice food. I just had pepper pot next to the gas station, pepper pot and bread. Well, like I tell you, last night Paul ate something at one of the food places and he got food poisoning, so it wasn't nice for him. Right now he skipped breakfast because his stomach's sore. So, but he's okay. And I received many calls from residents of Lethem welcoming me. A warm welcome from the residents of Lethem, and I want to say thanks for that welcome. Last night we've been out and see what's going on. As it results to law enforcement in this area, I can tell you the commander, Mr. King, has his fingers on the operation. Like everything else, there are advantages and disadvantages as to what is good. This is the airstrip, by the way. This is the airstrip. There's a Lethem airstrip to my left. Oh, the gate closed. And this is Trans Guyana. I don't know if they got anybody else thing in here, but I'm just carrying you all around and showing you how we're going on. You got nice roads for the main parts of Lethem, but they are like everywhere else, things that need to be done and things that the residents of Lethem expect the administration to do, the new administration. So I'm gonna take you back through Lethem Main Road, and then I'm gonna take you to the border with Lethem, with Brazil and Guyana, so you get a look at that. Hello? Yes, my brother. Talk to me. Oh, you want? So this is, you're going down to the station. And the Linden Lethem Road looks like this, the trail. So in Lethem got some trail too. So this Lethem wine, what is saying here? This is 95.1. This is Lethem. This seems to be Lethem radio station. Okay, yes, 95.1. And a lot of all the activities, regional guest house. So the region has a guest house. Here's here to the station. Can't even remember. Yeah. To your left, it seems that from the color these places, it look like this is government places, forestry, and all kind of different thing. And then to my right is another Rupununi Chamber of Commerce. Alright, so this is the police station here, Lethem police station. So they do have the capacity, and I see they got something building up here. So they got some expansion going on here at the police station. And there's the ground just in front of me there. So let me go back and carry all through. I can tell you when you're coming into to Lethem, you have a COVID-19 checkpoint. I stopped there, I had a talk with the persons. Well, as I tell you, in terms of law enforcement up here, the commander, Mr. King, has everything under control. And that is not only from what I heard from the commander, but also from what I heard from the residents. Like everything else not being equal, people have issues. Some people are dissatisfied with how they're treated. And I politely asked the commander to ensure that everybody has an opportunity to explain their issue, and if he could try his best. And that is only on behalf of the people. It's not an instruction, it is a request that the police force up here serve and protect the people as they are mandated to. So it's not me playing boss man. I want to tell people what to do. People have been told that the Guyana police force will serve and protect them. And all we are doing is making that request again. Yeah, so this is some of the roads in Lethem looks like. In the hospital, they're through the same area we've been in there. They're just gonna take you back onto the main road. Now the service from GT&T and Digicel up here is, as you know, I put it, I ain't putting nothing fancy, it's piss poor. Right? So GT&T and Digicel, yeah, I get y'all locked together. This is a striving town and it needs to be served well. The people of Lethem needs to be served well. Much deserving in light of the fact that the kind of money people spend for these services. So, for those of you who've just tuned into the Guyanese Critic Morning Live, I'm in the town of Lethem and I'm on the main road. This is the place inside there. Paul gonna eat and get food poisoning. I would not recommend anybody to that place. And this is the Savannah. This is one of the staying places. This is the same people who has Nature Flowerland in Georgetown has the Savannah Inn Hotel and Restaurant. There's the Amazonia. There is more than sufficient place if you come up here, if you're passing through, you're a tourist, and I can tell you it's at affordable prices. Very affordable prices. This is another hotel here, the Amazonia. There's the Takatu guest house also. Right here, this 3-story building to the left is the Amazonia. And there are a few, I think there may be 2 other. So I want to carry you guys down to the end, show you what is the heart of the town itself. This is like Main Street in Georgetown, or Regent Street. This is like Regent Street in Georgetown, right? And I could tell you they got loud food up here. It is raining in Georgetown. Levi's, Chinese got them. Chinese kicking up here, man. So we head into the, how you get to the border when you're here, and you'll have a look. Sao Paulo shopping. They look like Brazilian. Shopping 25, America store. Got a lot of stuff here, but the town, because of the recent lockdown and so on, things are a little slow, and I don't think this is a Monday town like how we just start off with it. Yesterday when I came here, everything was locked down. China Global Trading, Atlanta Variety Store. So when you come here, this is a junction here, a roundabout. I now realize that Lethem has a roundabout too. So we got 3 roundabouts. We got one by Kitty, we got one by Tamari Airport, and you got one, some people tell me my one at Lethem, but that's not a roundabout, that's just a junction. A roundabout has a traffic flow to accommodate. So we head into Brazil. And the borders are not open. And this seems to be the GPL up here, or the energy company to my left. And the poles that they're using, if you notice, the lamp poles are concrete. That will last a lifetime. It looks like one concrete, one wood in between, but I think all should be concrete. And this seems this is gonna last a lifetime. Hey, look at it. Concrete lasts a lifetime. So the speed limit on this road heading to Brazil is 60 kilometers per hour. Please observe the speed limit. There's no overtaking at this area. Y'all observe the signs and the speed limit. Y'all don't carry all bad habits. Let me try with the bad habits and change the ways before we export with bad habits. Because it seems like this is some of the only things we got to export. So when you come here, and this is normal, you go to the, just drive in here, and this is where the immigration is and the police, and you stop and you get a checkup. You drive in here, you stop, and you get a checkup. But right now the border is closed, so nobody's here. Right? The border is closed. Nobody's here. Only in cases of emergency. And I think they're allowing the Brazilians who were working in Georgetown and in Guyana to go back home. So you could get out of the country, but you can't come in the country. And you see for yourself. If they said they closed the border, you can see for yourself. And this is Monday morning, right? Let me show you all again. We drive unannounced, and you see the border is closed. This is the Brazil-Guyana border, right? The border is closed. You got a police rank there. The border is closed. So you rest assured that nobody's coming infected from Brazil. You know, so anything you got company runnings, hide behind the scene or something like that. But the border itself is closed, so rest assured we've covered that. The Guyanese Critic has come and has guaranteed that the border is closed. You only get people go to Brazilians when they're coming from Guyana. Bon Success pump station. So guy was up here in this area named Bon Success. So that's how you get to Brazil. You just pull up there, you tell them, you know, you gotta show them your yellow fever card, and so you're gone. You're gone in the clear. Let me show you all something that is amazing. It's just beautiful. It's a real beautiful scenery. Let me stop down here and show you all. To my right is mountains. You understand? And there's a mountainous area that borders. Watch out, we're seeing at the back this mountain. Y'all seen that? Right? Beautiful. When you go over to Brazil, if you see the highway, that's why we got there for this administration. For deliver Guyana, we must drive from Georgetown to Lethem on a road like this. You understand? It's very important to be in the government, keep the government at the toes. If you want to get and live in a developed country, you gotta work hard. Government gotta work hard. When they say they're gonna do something, they do it. And I tell you, one of the things you guys gotta do is look at the PPP's manifesto. Look at the PPP's manifesto and use that to your advantage. Sister, freak out again. Use the PPP's manifesto to your advantage. Whatever they said they're going to do, you tell them, don't worry with the things them where you get in your head, where you think you want, or what the PNC telling you they should give you. You work with what they say first. You understand? The manifesto. Now, first thing is things like light and water, so it's mandatory. Guyanese are entitled to good water system, good lighting system. Guyanese are entitled to that. It's about internet and living accommodations is basic human rights. No government in promising you though. There's not no dependence of you on a government. No government affords you that. That is your right. The main fact that they come into government, this is an ant. This is an ant's nest. Watch this. This is an ant hill there. That thing we are seeing there looking like a Christmas tree. Yes, there's an ant hill. Huh? Drive and touch it? What about if it falls from me vehicle and damage me? Like you tripping out, bye. This is one day in here, like the food poisoning enough for he want to put me in the sauce now. What's really wrong with that? It's Monday morning. What's trouble is just active with this bad. So this is the operation here. You see what's going on? They're testing everybody. What's going on here? The police is on the ground. They're testing everybody. Everybody got on the mask. Yes, sir. What's going on? This is when you're entering Lethem. So everybody comes out of the bus, they're tested, their temperature is tested, and this is a checkpoint set up by the mayor and city council. I'll be looking to meet the mayor today before I leave because I want to register some concerns that citizens have expressed to me. Even before I come up here, people call and have different issues and so on, and see if I can have him address them. So I've been going over to the mayor and city council office and meet the mayor after I finish this, I gotta meet some other people who have issues and concerns they would like not registered in the region, but would like to meet Georgetown to government officials to see if they can have it addressed. And the speed limit in Lethem is 50 kilometers per hour. So when you're here, please recognize the speed limit. So yes, Lethem for you. When you come in, you see welcome to Lethem. It is heading to Brazil, and this is heading in the town. Yeah, one of the things I've learned on this trip in stopping at different Amerindian communities and so on is that a number of shows. We're going on, everything cool? Safe, brother. Bad driving and watching the live. Yeah. So one of the important things is that corruption is not limited to the PPP and the PNC alone. It has now been found and is being very rampant in indigenous communities, whereas the two shows are misusing the funds that very much needed, the people need. The two shows. Yeah. The two shows are misusing the funds, the people's funds. One two show, I hear she spent out 3.7 million, one time $900,000, another time can't give a count for it. And the people need these things. So the problem is poor leadership. And it seems that poor leadership is to pandemic proportions in this country. I'm hoping that the PPP administration will be the administration that having the experience of having power for 23 years, then get kicked out for 5 years and then come back now. I think the PPP should be the administration that would raise the benchmark as to new leadership or leadership methods in Ghana. You understand? The PPP has to prove themselves. But here was the funny thing, and I've been telling the people that all the time. The government does not have to do anything just like that. The government has to be chided on and nudged at and pushed and called upon by the people. That is why I do what I do. You have to keep the government busy. You have to tell the government what you expect. If the government is to take care of the people, and the people seem they don't need taking care of, what the government should do. The government doesn't need to do anything. It's a human thing. If the people does not request help, the people don't depend on the government. A government is a reflection of a people. And it is very important that you know this. Right? On the road front looking at Lethem, I heard of St. Ignatius, a community called St. Ignatius. I gotta stop. I never my life. I gotta stop just. So where you going? You got there by the shop, eh? Alright, safe. Yeah, the diarrhea shop, safe. Yeah, the shop is when you eat this make you sick. Yeah. This is the right place. This is one of my workman. Yeah, he used to work with me years ago. See, I do mechanical work and the car where he driving in the wheel all wobble up look like Mama Fifi. So yeah, telling you, we have to ensure you're depend your administration bone. I want to carry out and show you, even if it's the front of St. Ignatius, because most of these Amerindian communities are closed there. So you got Republic Bank or Pay Bank, GBTI, Mayor and Town Council. Okay, this is the mayor office. We are going to see the mayor when I come back. This is Takatu Hotel, Restaurant and Bar. So you got place to stay if you can, and you can fly and come up here. It's just it is, you know, conservatively, it is a 8-hour drive from Georgetown. Once you're adhering to the speed limit, which I can't say I do since it's trail. And yesterday we had to play catch up with Paul. So really blazing coming. But you got highways that you see in, like from Georgetown to Mahika. When you're reaching the savannah, you see in a long distance, you're alone on the road. So I want to carry y'all and show y'all this St. Ignatius, or even if you could get to the entrance of St. Ignatius. There's an Amerindian community that I get complaints that for 2 weeks now they're having water problems, water woes. So there's a cross in here. I think I bring y'all in here already. I can't remember, but I think I drove in here already. Am I coming through? Okay. Yeah, brother. So, and this is an Amerindian community. So this is not governed St. Ignatius. Notice bridge opening 6 and closing 6. It opens 6 a.m. close 6. Indigenous community serious with the mask wearing and all them things. So when you come at these areas, and all the tourist communities on the Lethem trail are closed. I could tell you, I've been there and checked them myself. Irakrama is closed. I'll be going there soon and you know, highlighting there when it's open. Sarama is closed. Welcome to St. Ignatius. So this is the village of St. Ignatius. And this village, I would want to think, has been around since the beginning of time in Guyana. I want to go on an area where I could go and see the mountains at the back there. Well, we can see how far we get in the signal for you guys. For those of you who are from St. Ignatius and you're in the diaspora, you see the nice, you see how they build houses here. They build houses here Brazilian style. And these people got their own little oven here. Let me just show you how we're going on. There's the people on fireside, but this one is an oven. Look at that with red clay bricks. That way you see in there. Look at that. You see that? There's an oven there. You got a chimney coming out of the top. Could bake your stuff and all them things there. So we got and these communities that got all kind of special stuff. They got their own fly alcoholic beverages and all them things. They just make their own local stuff, real nice. So this is the center ground. And they're getting signal here. So there's one good thing. But I want to drive down the ends and show you all them mountains. Imagine what? Imagine this is your backyard. What them people backyard? We see in the end is mountain. Just them people backyard. Beautiful. Watch there. There's a mountain in your backyard. Beautiful. Right? So let me go a little more and see what's going on in here. You see a set of place. They got a set of cases. Alright, alright. Okay, the back one there's a shop. And most of these houses, you see the roofs? A warrior village. So they got a lot of, they got it. What's going on here? Nice. Beautiful. Beautiful. You got the St. Ignatius Nursery School there. St. Ignatius Kumu Quarries Village Council Office. Nice. You turn back just so you start losing signal. So this morning, St. Ignatius Catholic Church. It's a pity how the Catholics and all these Protestants and all of them have, you know, the Assemblies of God, that they wrong every community they're in, but they can't save free. We really got problem, you know. You really got to question these people and their motives. Watching this community, this is just beautiful. Wow. Let me see how far we could carry on and show you. This, wow, beautiful. I love this, man. Watch it go. You see what you're seeing in the distance there? There's mountain. Real nice. Oh shucks, watch. Yes, this is the place for going on. Mountain. Far we could go, where we could get. Wow, that look like it leads straight to the mountains there. I learned a good trick with the mountain thing there. You see the mountain right down there, next thing you drive for an hour and you reach. There's enough of thrills for you. I'm done with that. When I bring in my satellite equipment, I can drive from Georgetown to Lethem live and show you. Now it's can't spend too much with the satellite. This looks like the regional office, Nari. Okay. So again, for those of you tuned in to the Guyanese Critic Morning Live, I am in the community of St. Ignatius. It's an Amerindian community. In the Lethem area. Just you go through Lethem, the first Amerindian community across the bridge is St. Ignatius. So we're heading out back to Lethem. So I'm telling you, the corruption, every time about corruption, I have received reports of a lot of corruption in a lot of the Amerindian communities. we all know the Amerindians have been at a disadvantage from the beginning of time, being the first people of this country. They only started receiving land titles and things under the PPP. This administration never did anything. You want dry beef? Or you don't eat beef? Tasso. You see the thing hanging in there? It's dry beef. Yeah, the Amerindians have been at a disadvantage. Used, misused, and abused for a long time. It is a PPP-led administration that started land titling and giving Amerindian people the land titles and setting up, you know, a sturdy foundation for indigenous communities. The previous administration, a PNC-led administration, seems that they don't understand the importance of land as a wealth and development. They didn't even give their own people. They got to tell you how much people they give house lot. Now they're running and got people squatting. I listened to Granger the other day and he was talking about the 100 days. Nothing to celebrate for the 100 days. Well, what I could tell you, this government could have celebrated from the first day. Because in the first day of this new administration, they had outdone the last administration 100 days. And what I'm going to do is when I go to Georgetown, when I'm back in Georgetown, I'll have an interview with the Prime Minister or the President, and we will discuss what has been done so far. Because that old dotard man by the name of Granger is still going around talking stupidness. He finds the time and the energy to talk nonsense and create mischief. But he has not yet told his people, until now Granger tell publicly that, well, I have accepted defeat. You understand? That I tried to rig the election and I ain't get through. You understand? He didn't tell them though. He did talking stupidness and creating confusion with the sharing out of $25,000 per household. This administration has outdone the PNC-led administration for the whole 5 years because they did not do anything for anybody. They took from the people. They took away the people them $10,000. They took away the army and police extra salary for year end. All of that they took. They don't give anybody anything. All they care about is themselves. When you hear man get land and he flip it and get a million US dollars, just a flip. You understand? And you have they running Sheriff Duncan, Granger, opposition leader Harmon, running and going to be, yes, squat, you gotta get squatting land. This time they go, the Indian one, a lady, she greedy. Greed gone with she gone. Next thing a tree fall on she head, she day, unconscious and to know. A tree fall on top she head. God had to tell she's wrong thing she doing. A tree fall on top she head. You got a set of wicked people out there. The PNC didn't know that people need land. They could have opened up all these lands, them same land with the give James Bond. They could have give their followers, you know how much people would have get? A Chinese man get 30 acre land for $200. The PNC is selling land, they're selling cocaine. Cocaine is get $200 rack. Yeah. The cocaine is a $200. You smoke up the thing and you start getting mad and do one set of stupidness. That's it. PNC give away land like it was cocaine. It's madness at that point. So, I'm going to meet a friend and I'm going to listen to. I'm going to listen to some of the issues of the people. I will meet the mayor. As I tell you, law enforcement got it locked up here. If all things were equal, it would have been better. And how long we there? Ras, boy, I be race for get fatter, boy. I gotta get Yeah, you got catch up.
Good, that's the work,
Where the workshop there?
I know me walking. I was walking with Karen.
Okay.
Workshop.
No, but I gotta get the belt change. I'm hitting the trail 1 o'clock. Then you got tools and stuff to change the belt, right?
Yeah.
Where we gonna get the spares?
We have spares, Anil. We have my partner.
Drive right there behind you. Let me go and buy the belt right away. My Kenny, boy. Man, doing well. Yes, the man got driving thing. Imagine I come from meet one, a man used to work with me, the man pull up with a driver chauffeur. Yeah, is that nice still driving? I tell you, I got friends with the bike. The man say I got drink taco to water. Drink taco to water. Yes, I'm telling you. So here, Granger, and I'm like, I was so annoyed and perturbed with this old dotaric man talking nonsense. Telling his people and misleading his people. Well, you could tell people what? Well, you could tell Linden, I pass and see the synthetic track thing done. Contractor get all the money. All these people do is thief. All they do is thief for 5 years straight, thief. And there was so much everybody could get. Oh, let me say the Indians them get for 23 years. You say so, them say so, because the PNC's playing a full race game all the time. Right? The Indians ain't get for 23 years. PvP get him. Oh, buddy. You still driving Linden the same way, Boxing the same way, Agriculture the same way. Every way that is the same way. For PPP now got to come and give you people, and I'm saying that to show, making a comparative analysis. But PPP ain't owe nobody nothing, or nobody in like Jew or gotta be thankful. The PPP said they was going to work for all Guyanese, and that is what they're doing. So you don't feel you got to beg and thanks and worship them. You understand? They're a government, an elected, duly elected government, and they gotta perform like one. We will see that. So you're gonna run. The difference is not, well, the PPP was doing for you and the PNC didn't do for you, like you gotta worship the PPP. No, there's a government. But I'm showing y'all, you got this old dotaric man named Granger coming and talking stupidness. You understand? Talking nonsense. And they never do nothing for nobody. He never talk. Why didn't he come and say, man, well, James Bond thing was why he didn't know about it or what happened? The man's a gangster. The man's a sanctimonious gangster. You got harm and there's only come out when they got problem for Mick. They gotta stop with the nonsense. They have to stop with the nonsense. They gotta build a strong opposition. Granger has to retire. The public interest or something like that. He talking one side of shipping it. But there's not no 100. They will share everybody getting money in Amerindian communities. Where people never hold 25,000 at one time. You understand what's going on? Nobody works in these Amerindian. People hardly work for 25,000 a week. Some man just get a 10,000, you understand? In the whole life. The first time they hold one flush 25,000 is with the PPP administration. And they come in for tell people shippiness. Yeah, stop with your nonsense. Do we build this country? What you think we get for do? Come and talk for the roads and Lethem. There's never said the PPP now cost you and say why you didn't do it. You understand? But still come and talk. Talk for roads, talk for development. But people don't have a confusion. Hold a press conference. I can give you a platform for give a talk up and some people go hear you, because right now people don't got time with y'all. Hey, I gone, guys. You do not stop but the PNC. Kevin, when the PNC straighten out themselves and start working with the people, yes, and stop being acting like criminal elements, then we can stop talk about them. In the meantime, y'all take care and have a beautiful day.